Now you're going to lay 2 colors side by side and mark at the 14th stitch. And then you're going to do mattress stitch from there down. Which is you insert your needle into the 2 side loops. On this side and then on this side. And you pick up 2 loops on each side, alternating sides, going all the way down. And then you have your 2 loose ends, and you're just going to pull them tight, and you won't even see the seam. And you'll worry about those tails later on. Then you're going to do the same thing here from 14 rows down. Now you have the green sewed to the yellow sewed to the purple, and now you want to sew the purple to the green, so that you have a circle on the bottom half, and then you're going to sew them together the same way as you did the other 2. Now you're going to close up the ends. And then I usually thread my length of yarn through the yarn needle, and I go back through these end stitches and tighten it really well. Now I'm not going to weave it in yet because I'm going to use this length to attach the bells. To add a little bit of stiffness to this hat, I'm going to fold pipe planer in half. You don't have to do this, but I want to add a little bit more structure to it. And I'm going to put the folded tip in here so that it doesn't poke out, and then start stuffing it. And then you just do that for all 3 and make sure that that pipe planer doesn't stick out. You have all 3 pieces of the hat sewn together. Sewn together on the outside and stuffed. So now you could start tying off all these pieces that you left hanging, knotting them off and securing it. And then hiding the pieces on the inside. Now, this is the bottom where you stuffed. This is the top, which is going to show. So you want to also sew lines here and here, just some straight stitches to hold those pieces in place. Now I've got my hat pinned onto the head. See? Pinned on there all the way around. And I want to sew it in. So you take your leftover pieces, matching the yarn to the section, and then just sew this down, making sure you grab those loops because we didn't bind them off. So make sure you grab every loop so that later on it doesn't pull. And you sew the hat to the head. Next step is to attach the bells with this leftover piece of yarn. So I'm just going to thread that piece through here and add the bell and take a couple of stitches And then I'll do a couple of duplicate stitches to anchor it and hide that yarn down in there. And see, now here's where your pipe cleaners come in. You can angle it to how you want it and have bells on all 3 points of the hat. For the nose, we did 12 rounds of white yarn on the small Addi. And then I'm just going to close up both ends. And then pull them tight. And it's going to be doubled. So you're going to fold it in half, and it's a double width of 6 rounds. And then you're going to just stuff it, sew it to the middle of the face. Very simple. Okay, that one's closed up. And I like to do a couple of stitches through both centers. Hold it tight. Then you just need a little bit of stuffing in the center. Decide which part of your guy's face. Now I'm going to pin it to the center of his face, and then use my leftover yarn there to sew it to his face. As you go around sewing it, you might have to add a little bit more stuffing because you want this nose to stand out enough, because your glasses will sit right here. That's going to be the rest. So you want enough stuffing in there to have the nose stick out at least an inch from the face. And then just keep going around, sewing it down. Okay, this is the hat band. It's 20 rows on the small Addi, and then I just folded it end to end and stitched it. And I'm going to turn that in on the inside so you don't see it. Now, you just insert it. Insert all the 3 pieces of the hat. And push that hat band down. And then you're going to sew it in place to secure the bottom of the hat and give it a more finished appearance. Now for the mask, you have, this is 25 rows on the small Addi. And then I took a pipe cleaner and bent it into the shape of a mask, or into the shape of glasses. And then I'm just going to insert it into the mask piece to give it a little bit of shape at the top. And pull those tight. Now I've got another piece of yellow yarn or gold, and I'm just going to go through the center here. And just pull that tight. And that pulls up the bottom of your mask. Pull it as tight as you want. And tie it off on the back. Now I'm going to close that up, the ends. And then I'm going to sew it to the face. above the nose. Pin it down here. And then sew it on.